And this official, he was asking him, why is this intensive bombing going on of northern Laos? Nothing to do with the war in Indochina, just destruction of a poor peasant society. One of the most malevolent acts of modern history, I think. And the official finally explained. He said, look, there's a temporary bombing of cessation of the bombing of North Vietnam. And we have all these planes, and we don't have anything to do with them. So we'll bomb Laos. Okay, I think that's the lesson of history that we should bear in mind in reading Jeremy's exposures of first Blackwater and the Mercenary Army and now JSOC, the so-called secret army. Secret the same way the secret wars were secret. If you have a reporter who's willing to, has the courage and integrity to expose it, you can expose it. These resources are there. They're growing. They have a self-generating capacity. They're going to get larger and larger. They're going to want more and more to do. And if one target disappears, they'll be turned somewhere else. And as Jeremy hinted, they'll be turned here. And there's a history of that, too. If some of you want to read about it, there's a very important book by a historian, very good historian, Al McCoy, who, among other things, studied history of drugs, torture, and so on. But he's a Philippine historian, mainly. And he did a study of the Philippine War, the U.S. counterinsurgency war in the Philippines over a century ago. It was a brutal, murderous war, hundreds of thousands of people slaughtered, the horror story. And he pointed out that at the time, after the war was over, when the so-called pacification began, the U.S. Forces, who were the Marines mostly in those days, were using the highest technology available to develop a surveillance system over the Philippine society. So they could do what by our standards now, at a primitive level, the kinds of things that Jeremy described. And they did. And it's turned the Philippines into Philippines 100 years later have never escaped from this. Philippine society is the consequences of this long terror war. But McCoy pointed out something else. He pointed out that these measures from before the First World War were very quickly picked up domestically, both by the British and the United States, and applied to surveillance and control techniques within their own societies, the FBI here and so on. And that's what we can expect, and signs that are already around. The resources are there, they're self-generating, they're kept under a veil, so not too much inspection of them, though there could be, as you've seen. They're going to grow, they're going to develop. If the current targets disappear, they'll move on to new targets, because that's the nature of these systems, just like the planes who had nowhere to bomb, so they decided to send them to bomb northern Laos, and they'll come home. Already happening, and we can expect more and more of it. I think that's the historical background that should very much be kept in mind.